Why is your body addicted to the past? That's a really great question. And you need to ask yourself, am I a slave to my memories? Am I a slave am I constantly being controlled by what I'm thinking? I mean, seriously, pause for a moment. Let's think about that for a second. Let that sink in. Because I'm not asking you like this light, fluffy question. Like, no, I'm serious. Are you controlled by your memories? Are you controlled by your thoughts? I'm asking because your entire life could be wrapped in that question. Your decisions, your relationships, your opportunities, hell, even your health. Are you truly living your life? Or are you just reliving old memories? You see, the very fabric of who you are is based on what you choose to think all the time. You see, most people think of memory as something passive. Like, oh yeah, I have thoughts. Like a photo album, right? You keep it in the attic of your mind. Dusty but harmless. You see, you flip through your memories and well, when you feel like it. You tell a story here. You laugh at old pictures and ways of thinking, but that's not how memory works. Memory isn't passive. Your memories are alive and well. Gerald, what do you mean by that? I'll explain. Every memory you recall carries an emotional charge. Every memory you have, it's not just information, it's energy. You see, your body remembers just as much as your mind does, which means every time you revisit an old wound, every time you replay that heartbreak, every time you recall that betrayal, your nervous system lights up as though it's happening right now. You see, your mind and your body doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's fake. And if you're not conscious of this, you're going to live your entire present moment inside of the prison of your past. You see, that's why so many of us keep repeating the same cycles. You leave one relationship only to find yourself in another one that feels early and somewhat familiar. You leave one job and months later you're dealing with the same boss in a different body. You keep circling the same ship. You keep circling the same financial struggles, the same emotional walls, the same loneliness. You see the same shame and wonder. You see the same shame and you wonder, what's happening to me? It keeps happening because you're addicted to it. You would say, well, Joe, I don't want this though. What do you mean I'm addicted? Yes, addicted. We don't usually think of memory in those terms, addicted to your memories. But that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what's happening. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, your emotions are chemicals, and when you feel the same emotions long enough, your body gets hooked on them. Your body gets hooked on your emotions. Your cells expect them. They demand them. If you're typically stressed out, your body knows listen, that means if you spent years living in anger, your body craves anger like a drug. Right? If you spent years in heartbreak, your body craves sadness, even though your mind says, I want to be in love. If you spent years in survival mode, your body craves stress. And so when peace finally shows up, what do? You reject it because it doesn't feel normal and it doesn't feel familiar. You would rather crave the same chaos that you've had, the same sabotage, the very blessing you pray for and try to attract. It's hard to receive it. You get in the way of your opportunities, but opportunities don't keep coming. You see, we do this not because we're stupid, not because we're weak, not because we don't understand, but because our body is addicted to the past. And let me tell you something. Addiction doesn't just go away on its own. No. You don't drift out of addiction. You don't drift out of always doing something, always being a certain way. You have to evolve out of it. Addiction only takes breaks when you become aware of it. And then you choose to do something radical about it. Change requires immediate action. Let me ask you, how many times have you caught yourself thinking about something that hurts you? How many times have you caught yourself thinking about something? Maybe you were driving. Maybe you were in the shower. Maybe you were laying in bed at night. Suddenly you're in that conversation back in that moment. You feel your jaw start to tighten up. Your chest gets tight and heavy. Your heart speeds up as if that moment's happening right now. And then you catch yourself. You think, why am I still thinking about the time my dad did this to me? Why am I still feeling this way? That's not just thought. That's memory addiction. Your mind has memorized that emotion so deeply that it can't tell the difference between the event and the memory of that event. That's how strong your mind is. It's like watching a scary movie and jumping at the scene, even though you know it's not real. Your memories are not real. They're just a snapshot of your past. Except in your case, right? You've been watching the same movie for years and wondering why you don't get a new scene. You can't get a new life. Until you walk out of that theater of your mind, your life will stay on repeat. Until you walk out of the theater of your mind, I'll tell you the truth. There's a season in your life where every morning felt like yesterday and you've had to crawl in bed. And listen, I wasn't waking up or walking out free, right? And this is something that didn't happen day to day. This is a conscious choice that you're making every day. It's not an echo. It's your actual actions, right? So it was like dragging your ghost everywhere with you. That's what it feels like when you're holding on those past memories. You're dragging it with you. And you know what happens when you live that way? You stop trusting the future. You stop believing change is even possible. You tell yourself, this is just who I am. But it's not who you are. It's who you've rehearsed. Let me say that again. Your memories are just rehearsals of the same movie that you keep playing, the same reenaction. And think about it. Every time you recall a memory, you strengthen it. You rewire it into deeper and deeper thoughts inside of your brain. It's embedded. It's embedded deeper into your body, which means, what does that mean? What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? It means that if you keep rehearsing your pain, you keep living that pain. If you keep rehearsing heartbreak, you're going to keep having it. You keep living heartbreak because you keep thinking about it. If you keep rehearsing lack, you'll keep living in lack. So whatever you keep playing in the theater of your mind, whatever the memories you allow to come up, that becomes a reality. But here's the good news. Once you've rehearsed the past, you can rehearse the future. The same way your body memorized survival, your body can memorize freedom. The same way your nervous system got addicted to fear because your mom and dad were fighting and so on. You can get addicted to joy. What are you going to choose to be addicted to? But it wouldn't happen on an accident. You've got to choose it. You have to make a conscious decision what you want to think about. And that's where the present moment comes in. Because the only way to break up old memories is what? How do you do that, Gerald? You have to hold it and say, wait a minute, I'm going to stop feeding this. And the only place you can stop feeding it is right here, right now, in this moment. Dr. Eckhart Tolle says, call the pain body a collection of wounds that have been triggered, right? You don't want to drag yourself back into your past. But he also says the pain body can't survive in awareness. If you're aware that you're doing something, that you're thinking a certain way, you can stop it. When you notice it without identifying it, that's where the problem is. When you watch it without feeding it, you can watch it, watch your memories, but something needs to shift in order for your past memories to lose its power. Let's try something right now. Wherever you are, take a breath. Slow it down, inhale, exhale. Now bring your awareness to this exact moment. The sounds that are around you, the feelings of your body in the chair, the rhythm of your breath. And notice in this moment that you are not your past. You are the person that's standing or sitting right now. You are not the story. You're not the memory. You are the actual awareness itself. The awareness is free, but the change isn't. You've got to do something, but there's a catch. There's a catch. As soon as you forget this, the old addiction creeps back in. Why? Because it's not something you do all the time. The present moment, what is the present moment? The present moment isn't a one-time event, right? So what do you mean, Joe? What does practice look like? First, it looks like awareness. You catch yourself. You catch yourself thinking that bad thought, that unchanging thought that just won't go away. You catch yourself when the memory starts to play. Don't judge it. Don't shame yourself. Just notice it. Second thing I want you to do. What does it feel like every time you memorize that thought? Every time you bring that back up? When it rises up in you and your emotions are strong, what is that? Is that serving you? Are you addicted to memories and thoughts that are not serving your highest good? And wondering why your life is not going the way it needs to go? This isn't dress rehearsal, ladies and gentlemen. This is your life. Start to visualize the future you want to live, but don't just think it. Feel it in your body, in your bones. What does peace feel like? Practice that. What does abundance feel like? Practice that. Stop practicing things that you don't want to show up in your life. And finally, it looks like presence, being aware. Whatever grounds you in the now, start doing that. If it's prayer, if it's meditation, if it's yoga, if it's taking a walk in the park. Because here's the truth. Your memories don't own you, and they never did. You gave them the power, but today you can take it back. Today you can decide, I'm not addicted to my past. I'm rehearsing my future. I'm rehearsing my present. I'm free in this moment. So I'll ask you again, ladies and gentlemen, are you a slave to your memories, or are you ready to be free? Don't wait. Nobody needs to give you permission. If you need my permission, you have it now. Don't tell yourself you'll start tomorrow because you'll be on someday island. Someday I'll do this. Someday I'll let it go. Someday I'll be free. No, because there's no tomorrow. There's only right now. That's the only thing that you know. You don't know tomorrow. Hell, the past is gone. That's why I wrote the book, There Is No Tomorrow. Make sure you check that out. Because procrastination is the biggest memory. And it tells you and convinces you that later exists. But later is just another word for never. That's why I wrote The World Is Watching. Because your emotions speak before you do. And if you don't change what you're rehearsing, the world will always mirror back to you your bondage. That's why I wrote 30 Days of Stronger Love, because you can build real love while being enslaved in the wounds that you're in. The past doesn't hold you, but you've got to practice health, practice healthy thoughts, practice going inside and saying, wait a minute, I'm not going to think that because it doesn't make me feel good. I'm not going to think that because that's not an empowering thought. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has added value to you. I want you to do one thing for me. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I want you to go to geraldfears.com, book your session, go to YouTube, go to Spotify. We're on Apple, we're on Amazon. Your past is not your identity. Your body may be addicted to that, right? Maybe addicted to the past, maybe even your spirit, but freedom lives beyond the memories. And I hope this gives you access to realize that there's something on the other side and you don't have to be addicted to your past. I'll see you guys in the next episode.